Good evening, guys. It's a great pleasure to have with me AIIMS and ESS topper in neurology, Dr. Shivam. So, Shivam, how does it feel to kind of top the entrance examinations?
Yeah, sir. It really feels nice to be a neurologist. In fact, a budding neurologist. So it's really a good feeling that actually I wanted to be a neurologist from my childhood. But during my residency, I realized that this is the one thing that I really want to be. And finally, I am getting this opportunity to be a neurologist. So obviously, it's a great pleasure for me.
I think everybody at home, your parents, your family must be pretty happy about this entire outcome, right?
Yes. Yeah, actually, everyone is very happy that finally I'm going for the thing which I want to be from long time. So it's really good.
Good. Shivam, tell us more about yourself. Where did you do your undergraduation, your post graduation?
Actually, sir, I have done my graduation MBBS from King George Medical University, Lucknow, and then I have done my MD Medicine from Government Medical College, Haldwani, and currently I am pursuing my senior residency in Government Medical College, Almora, and here I am also preparing for the neurology examination.
So, how difficult was it preparing during SRship? Because you did not like just like PG times, you did not take off actually to kind of prepare. So,
Yes,
काम
actually,
करते ही during work itself, how difficult was it to prepare?
yes, actually, during our residency, we hardly get any time to study. So it was more on the patient. So during my senior residency, I get some time to study also. But the orientation was from PG also. But the hard preparation that really actually come into the useful was during my senior residency. But the basis of preparation was started from my residency in post graduation of MD medicine.
So, Shivam, you told us that आप बचपन से ही, since childhood you have been interested in neurology. So, I mean, what was the was there any specific mentor or any particular inspiration that pushed you towards neurology?
Actually, in my childhood, I was not very sure how to become a neurologist. But then later on, I realized that it is a very long pathway. So I was not very sure that I will be able to cover this long pathway. But the interesting part for me in childhood was that that brain is the most complex organ of the body. So that always attracts me. Ki I want to study this thing and I want to be somewhere attached to this study. So interest part was from childhood, but during my residency, I realized that neurology is something that requires a lot of clinical skill as well. It's not only just dependent on the investigation part. So it requires clinical skill and it's very interesting. So a lot of the neurology aspect depends on history and examination. So which is very interesting. So the interest and the whole pathways through this journey. So I realized that this is the best for me.
So, Shivam, what role did Surgtest play in your preparation?
Boss, actually, I've started preparing for neurology during my residency, and during the initial part, I've started from Harrison. Then, to reconfine my study of the textbook, I've studied the MCQ part from the search test, and which are very unique and which are very clarified. So, search test plays a definite role in my preparation because the Q bank of the search test was very helpful to memorize those points and to to clearize those concepts which I have studied during my textbook study.
I think you must thank Dr. Pushkar. Dr. Pushkar was the one who actually created the entire. Pushkar is
Yes.
Dr. Pushkar is the JIPA topper. He created the entire,
Yeah.
and he also created the Neuraxis Pro Neurology notes as well. So,
Yes. Yes,
so I
the
think
questions are very good. Actually, the search test question bank is very good. And after reading the textbook, this is very helpful in revising the important points and for clearing the concepts, which are very important for especially for AIMS examination because in AIMS examination the concept is very important. You just can't mug up the points. You have to be very clear with the concepts. So to memorize those important points, it's very useful.
so. For most people, I think they would have used for people who are using preparing for NEET tests with the latest pattern. People would have read Harrison and used our general medicine MCQs. But even with the change in preparation, did you actually study Bradley or did you stick to Harrison alone?
Actually, during my residency, I was very strict to the Harrison. But during my senior residency, I have studied the important points which are important for the AIIMS examination because they are very particular about few topics. So those few topics I have studied from the Bradley, which includes the strokes, epilepsy, movement disorders. So these are very important topics. For that, we have to go through the Bradley as well. So Harrison is the basic book which we all need to study in order to get selected in neurology DM examination. But for few topics which are important, which should be like strokes, epilepsy, and movement disorder. For that, I have studied Bradley as well.
Great, great, Shivam. Shivam, I think you've spoken about your preparation, the books you read, and the role of search test. But one last question: where do you see yourself 10 years from now? What do you want to be? Where do you want to be?
Actually, I have already told you this. I want to be a neurologist. So finally, I think that somewhere I'm close to be a neurologist. So after 10 years, I think I'm going to be a senior neurologist. That's all what I think right now.
Okay, okay. So
But
you want to
obviously,
take
yeah.
yeah.
But obviously, I want to do something good in that field. But yeah, this is the one thing that I want to be a neurologist. So further, I also want to do something really good in this field.
Shivam, what message do you want to give students preparing for neurology and for any competitive exam per se?
Actually, now the pattern is changed. So there is one thing which is to be differentiated between the two patterns. That one exam is AIIMS INICET, and there is one another exam is NEET SS. For NEET SS, the pattern is general medicine, which is more focused to be. But for INICET, we need to be very clear that which subject we want to be prepared for, because in that part in INICET we need to be very focused upon the specialty part. So there it comes the 70% the specialty part and the 30% is medicine part. So for INICET examination, I think that we should be very clear for what branch we are preparing for. But NEET SS, we need to be very clear with whatever we have studied during our residency. So for NEET SS, it is Harrison, which is more important, and for INICET, Harrison plus specialty examination. Which examination we that's more important? I think I was wanted to be a neurologist from the Premium Institute, so I was a little more focused towards this INICET examination. So my preparation was more focused towards the neurology. So it depends a little bit on what you actually want to be.
Good, 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 good. Shivam, thank you so much for being here with us today. And we are a very small organization, Search Test. We are like a group of people preparing who are doing MCH in DM. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
thank you,
yes.
especially
Thank
from
you.
the bottom of our heart, because you have kind of supported us as well. Just the way you feel that we have supported you, we have also
Yes,
feel very grateful to you for supporting us and being with us in this journey. And I really hope from the bottom of my heart and on the behalf of the entire Searchers team, Dr. Pushkar, Dr. Nath, Dr.
yeah.
Gopi, the entire medicine team of Surgtest, that you scale great heights and achieve all that you want in your life. We wish you all the best in your life, Dr. Shivam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Okay,
Thank you.
okay.